Forgot to turn the video off. That one ran just a little longer. Okay, y equals 2x plus 3. How are you going to graph that? The easiest way to graph that, the y-intercept is at 0, 3, and we have a slope of 2.
Yes.
So we have 0, 3, slope 2. Okay? Meaning that this fundamental triangle here, between this point and this point, is going to have a rise that's double the run, so we can actually figure out the coordinates of this point. Okay? So, because of this triangle, the rise is 3. You don't know what the run is, but the rise has to be twice the run. The run's going to have to be 1.5 from here to here, which means that this point is -3/2, 0. Okay, another way to get that, though, is to say, okay, let's see, y equals 2x plus 3. The x-intercept is when y equals 0, right? Graph goes through the x-axis when y equals 0. So x is -3/2. You can use a fundamental triangle here with a rise of 3 to figure out where that has to be, or you can solve the equation. Okay? Then the graph y equals -x plus 4. Here we've got 0, 4. And we've got a line with slope -1. The y-intercept occurs when y equals, the x-intercept occurs when y is 0. I wrote y-intercept. We solve that for x, we get x equals 4. So we have now the point 4, 0. Okay? Now what's the area of that triangle?
What's the formula for the area of the triangle?
You shouldn't have to remember formula, that should be second nature, but probably, you know, it's 1/2 base times altitude, right? So in case you've forgotten that one, and it might have been a while since you had geometry, so you might well have forgotten it. Okay? So, and again, this is why I kind of stress understanding the picture rather than the formula, because if it's been more than a few years since you had geometry and you haven't thought about the area of a triangle since then, you're not likely to remember it, right? Okay, anyhow, there's the area. Now, how are you going to get the base and the altitude? Where's the base?
Is it the run?
It is, you would think of it as a run, but it's not a run between 2 points. Well, run between what 2 points?
-3/2, 4.
Yeah, between here and here, right? Well, right here's your base. Where's your altitude?
Like rise?
Huh?
Is it kind of like the rise, pretty much?
It'll be a rise because it's got to go.
Yeah.
So the altitude is perpendicular to the base. Okay? Now again, this is basic geometry. If you're rusty on it, maybe review some of the terminology. We don't get deep into too much geometry, but analytic geometry is part of this course. Okay? Because your next course might be a calculus with analytic geometry, although in most cases it would be an applied calculus. There's still analytic geometry in just about any math on this track. Okay? So there's a little bit of analytic geometry. We're not going to conic sections and all that stuff, but the altitude is from the base to the vertex at a right angle. So here's your altitude. Okay? Well, so the base is 4 minus -3/2, right? If you want to think run, that's a good way to think about it. I'm glad you said that. This minus this, right? Then you do the arithmetic, and that's 11/2. Now, how are you going to get the altitude? Well, you have to find the point of intersection.
Yeah.
How do you find the point of intersection? How do you find the point of intersection between two lines? Well, two simultaneous equations. Okay, we've learned how to solve simultaneous equations. We do the first. So here's your first equation, and here's 2 times the second. Okay? Now we could have done the first minus the second, or the second minus the first, and gotten rid of y, right? That would have been perfectly valid. But I'm going to get rid of x, because last time we did one, we got rid of y. So if we put these together, we get 3y equals 11, don't we? So y equals 11/3. And then we can plug that into, let's say, this equation, which gives us 11/3 equals 2x plus 3, and then we solve that for x. Now, I'm not going to go through the explanation of this because, you know, we've got that much algebra, I hope. But we get then, and I'm not going to write down every step. I will write 11/3 minus 3, which is 11/3 minus 9/3, which is 2/3. And then we divide both sides by 3, we get x equals 1/3. Now I skipped steps there, but again, I'm not going to explain equations of that nature. So, at least I'm not going to take class time to do that. So, we have the vertex now is one-third, 11/3.
Yes.
So what's the altitude?